Hello, Fernando.
Okay, hello, hi, everybody. My name is Fernando from Uruguay. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can.
It's a pleasure to be in touch with you. We are a little bit far away. I'm in Uruguay, South America. I'm the pioneer here with Black Fly Soldier since 2015. Then I have a lot of experience working with this incredible insect.
Okay, great. Nice to meet you, Fernando. So I think we should start the main lecture. So, Cindy, let's.
Hello to everyone. Hope you all are doing good. It's actually a privilege to be talking to you all today. Um, yeah, it's actually a privilege, and it's actually a privilege to have you all here today at the Waste Free Family webinar training. So, okay, I am actually called Jongo Sinzi from Cameroon. I'm the green girl, and I am a final year student in the University of Buea studying animal sciences. And I am actually an intern in the Black Soldier Fly research unit of my university and an aspiring apiarist. I'll be taking the session on Black Soldier Fly farming. And the main objective of this training is that by the end, we should be able to establish our own black soldier fly farms and be able to make a lot of profits from there. So, Sido, please can you start with the PowerPoint? Okay, so we're going to be having a series of six classes. We are going to start today with our first class on introduction to black soldier fly and its benefits. A second class, which might be scheduled for next week, setting up your black soldier fly farm and waste management. A third class is going to be on larval rearing, harvesting, and processing. A fourth class on marketing, sales, challenges, and opportunities in black soldier fly farming. And our fifth class is going to be all about resources, support, and case studies. And our last class is going to be a demo where each participant is going to be asked to try an experiment in his or her location and maybe do a short video or write a report and send to us, which at the end of it, you'll be receiving a certificate of training. Sido, please. Okay, you know, black soldier fly, black soldier fly, black soldier fly. Whenever I'm discussing black soldier fly with some of my friends, they're always like, what do you really see in black soldier fly? I usually tell them I see wealth, I see gold, I see treasures in black soldier fly. So black soldier fly is coming to revolutionize agriculture, livestock farming, reduce greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, and promote food security, and among so many other opportunities. So, black soldier fly are beneficial insects with a fascinating lifestyle and immense potential for sustainable agriculture, waste management, and feed production. They are natives of tropical and subtropical regions, and they are not like the normal housefly we know that is a pest to us. They are harmless to our environment and animals. The black soldier flies do not emit gases into our atmosphere, and that's actually one of the biggest factors. That is one of the factors why scientists and experts in animal science are trying to see how we can reduce the use of conventional livestock or traditional livestock and switch to non-conventional livestock species like black soldier fly. Black soldier flies have a rapid growth rate and efficient waste conversion ratio. Sit up, please. Why black soldier fly? Why find a career in black soldier fly farming? Why join black soldier fly farming? The benefits are enormous, like they are uncountable, and this is one of the things that put my attention to start my journey or to start my research in black soldier fly farming. Okay, first of all, we have waste reduction. Black soldier fly larvae are voracious eaters of organic waste, turning it into valuable resources. Imagine us carrying dirt from our households and depositing it at refuse sites in our local communities. Why not transform it into something that is beneficial to our animals, to us, and to our environment? So black soldier fly comes to solve this problem of waste management. It helps us to properly manage our waste by turning waste to wealth. We also have high quality animal feed. Black soldier fly are a very rich source of protein to our livestock species, and it's very advisable for you to produce this in order to feed your livestock. Currently at our research unit, we are carrying out an experiment to see the effects of black soldier fly larvae on fish production. So we've set up a mini pond in our research unit where every day we feed the fishes or the fingerlings with a small quantity of their food and a large quantity of larvae. So our aim is to see how the fishes will look like at the end, like the growth rate of the fishes. We have fertilizer production. I think last June I visited a farm where an experimental farm which was all about analyzing and seeing the effects of black soldier fly frass, which is it's like the organic manure from black soldier fly frass used in our farms. So we're trying to see the effects of it on our crops, and the crops we used for that experiment was actually maize. And it was really shocking because I looked at the maize that was grown using inorganic fertilizer, that is NPK, and the maize that was grown using black soldier fly larvae. It was completely two different worlds. I was really astonished. To an extent, I was like, is it still this black soldier fly frass that we just neglect around? I come to see that it's not just about producing the black soldier fly larvae, but it is also about the fertilizer. It is very rich. So I'm encouraging you all that when you set up your black soldier fly farm, you can gather the frass, you process, package it, and sell in the local market. It is 100% recommendable. And we also have environmental friendly. Black soldier fly promotes circular economic principles. It brings about employment, reducing some social ills we have in our various communities due to lack of jobs around. And it also minimizes environmental impacts. Okay, picture this scenario. Imagine you carrying dirt from your house, or yes, waste from your house, dumping it maybe by the roadside or anywhere around your community. Then this waste turns to decompose and releases methane into our atmosphere, which contributes to the greenhouse effect, thus influencing climate change. So with black soldier fly farming, there is nothing like methane emission into our atmosphere, or there is nothing like climate change. Thank you. Sida, please, next slide. So we are going to be we are going to be talking about some basic terminologies or some terms that are used in black soldier fly farming. We have the eggs, which are actually very small oval shaped, and they are usually laid in clusters. And what we use in our experimental farm or in our research unit are actually cracks. During the next presentation, I'll be showing the pictures or even videos of what we do in our experimental unit. We have the larvae. The larvae is the feeding stage of the black soldier fly, and they consume organic waste. So we usually mix the waste we've allowed to decompose in maybe in a bucket or in a tank. But all is that it should be in an anaerobic condition. So we take the waste and we mix with our wheat bran until it attains a certain texture, where we then collect and we give to our animals. We also have the pupa stage, which is a non-feeding stage where metamorphosis occurs, and we have the adult stage, which are actually short-lived non-feeding stage. Birds, they drink a lot of water, and they are responsible for reproduction. See the next slide, please. We have a breeding colony. A breeding colony is all about a colony that has been set aside for continuous reproduction. A breeding colony is always continued after a breeding colony is always it goes through the pupa stage and undergoes metamorphosis into the adult fly, where it lays eggs and the cycle continues. We have the larval rearing containers. Depending on your environment, depending on the materials available, you choose which to use, which can be bins, can be drums, or plastic containers, all depending on your income and the availability. We have waste feeds, which are collected and prepared organic waste. We have separation systems. So as a black soldier fly farmer, you need to develop a method to separate mature larvae from waste and frass. And you can either do this using a sieve or using a screen. And for the harvesting and processing, you need to establish a system that will aid you to be able to collect the larvae, dry and process them for your livestock. Next slide, please. Okay, feeding your black soldier fly larvae. When feeding black soldier fly, when we talk about waste, it doesn't mean that anything you use from your house, you just carry and give to your animals. No, you need to give them something that is very nutritious, that when they eat, it will foster a rapid growth rate of the animals. We have had a situation here where we decided to use just a particular type of household waste to feed our animal. And at the end of the day, we discovered that the growth rates of the larvae were very low. So while giving them, it's always good to mix your vegetable scraps, your fruits, your coffee grounds, manure, among others. You mix them and give the animals. And you should always avoid plastics and metals. They are not good for the black soldier fly. We have waste preparation. You chop into pieces, mix, and ensure even feeding. So after chopping into pieces, you have to keep or store in an anaerobic condition. And whenever you discover that the larvae have exhausted all the substrates you gave them, you carry some, you mix with wheat bran, and you give to the animals. And moisture is very important. We had a scenario where the larvae died because of poor monitoring and evaluation, because the moisture was actually too much. So all the larvae ended up dying, and we had a very big loss from that. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. This will be better explained during our next session. Next slide, please. So for growing your larvae, you need, no, the next slide. Okay, you need a temperature, a minimum temperature of about, or an average temperature of about 25 to 30 degrees Celsius for optimal growth. You need um you can either harvest your black soldier fly using a sieve or using a screen. And for the drying process, we dry it in order to preserve it and avoid spoilage. You can use dehydrators or use sun dry method. And for the first collection, you collect fertilizer. Sido, please, can you move to the marketing and sales? Sido has issues with his
Hello, I'm sorry.
connection.
Internet has
Okay.
been yeah, I'm back.
Okay, thank you very much. So with black soldier fly farming, you can either market your larvae as animal feeds, or you sell the adults to a startup farm, which is going to generate a lot of income. You use the frass as organic fertilizer. That is, you sell the frass, the organic fertilizer that you've packaged to local farmers and other products. Like, you can use the black soldier fly to produce other products like bioplastics and biofuels. Have some few challenges with black soldier fly farming, where we have odor. So in your black soldier fly farm, you need to make sure that you
Which page do you
control
want me
the
to go to?
odor. Sorry,
Which page do you want me to go to?
page 12, please.
This one?
Challenges. No, page 11. No, challenges. Yeah. So black soldier fly has an issue of odor. So for you to better manage, so you need to carry out practices that will help to better manage this odor. And for our health and well-being, it's always advisable to wear a face mask, a sustainable face mask, before going to your black soldier fly farm, because the odor is not just pleasant at all. And for regulatory compliance, most black soldier fly farmers that I've come across, they are so dirty, their farms are so dirty and do not comply with regulations, even the practices they carry out. So you're advised to always keep your farm very clean, very neat, in a way that if someone comes to your farm, the person will be wanting to venture into the business. And for the market competition, black soldier fly for the moment, I can say do not have a competition, a very big competitor, because it is very unique in its own ways. And the market competition too is based on your location. Where I'm located, we do not have any competitor for black soldier fly farming as for the moment. So I don't know about your location and the opportunities. Sido, please, next slide. we have a growing demand for sustainable products in our market. Everybody is trying to switch to sustainable living. Everybody's trying to use organic products. And this is actually a very big kudos to all black soldier fly farming and innovations in black soldier fly technology. We have ongoing research on innovative methods in black soldier fly farming. Okay, yes, we have ongoing research and we have expansion to new markets. Your new market is actually still based on your geographical location and